Good morning. In this session, we will discuss dynamic memory allocation. As we see, most often in programming, the nature of data is dynamic. That is, the number of data items keep changing during execution of the program. Let's consider a program as an example for processing the list of invitees. The list stretches when names are added and shrinks when names are deleted. When list stretches, we need to allocate more memory space to the list to accommodate additional data items. Such situations can be handled more easily and effectively by using dynamic data structure in conjunction with dynamic memory management techniques. Dynamic data structure provide flexibility in adding, deleting or rearranging data items at runtime. Dynamic memory management techniques permit to allocate additional memory space or to release unwanted space at runtime, thus optimizing the use of storage space. The process of allocating memory at runtime is known as dynamic memory allocation. So, in this session, I am going to explain you the dynamic memory allocation. C programming does not inherently have the facility of dynamic memory allocation, but there are four library routines known as memory management functions that can be used for allocating memory during program executions. These functions are malloc, which allocates requested size of bytes and returns a pointer to the first byte of the allocated space, whereas the calloc, which allocates a space for an array of elements, initializes them to 0 and then returns a pointer to the memory. And the free routine or free function releases previously allocated spaces. And one more, that is realloc, which modifies the size of previously allocated space. So these are four functions by which we use to do dynamic memory allocation in C programs. So I am now moving to IDE to give you an illustration, example, and that will illustrate more elaborately. So next to IDE. So now taking the example, memory allocation so now taking the example to illustrate how dynamic memory allocation routines functions. So we will use malloc and calloc in this example. Use of malloc and realloc
functions. Hash include stdio.h hash include hash define we are declaring a pointer named as buffer. Clear screen. Now we use a preventive. If buffer equal to character asterisk malloc, since the character occupies single character, that's why directly we write the null. If printf /n alloc failed, then this statement will be displayed on the screen and program will terminated. Printf buffer of size percent bytes created, size of buffer strcpy buffer. Let's allocate Patna to the buffer. Printf buffer contains s string buffer. अब now we start to reallocate. So here I am putting a comment, reallocation start from here. Again, if buffer is equal to char reallocate buffer. Now we are extending the size of buffer with 10 more bytes. Initially we has taken here 10 bytes. Here we will take 20 or 25 bytes. So direct we may write it null. Printf. If it fails, then this message will display reallocation failed. Otherwise it will move forward. Exit 1. Printf \n. Here I am displaying a message buffer modified, but buffer still contains the same value. Printf buffer still contains the format string यहाँ हमने दिया and the variable name buffer. अब now we are assigning a different value. Since we have enhanced the buffer size, so we will put here a longer name strcpy. strcpy function is used to copy a string buffer and Patliputra. So we have changed the name, and now we will like to see printf buffer now contains buffer. Now it is our responsibility to free the allocated memory. So this is just a comment freeing the memory. FREE BUFFER buffer, just semicolon. So the program is complete, and Now the program is complete, and let's save the program. Save, and now execute the program. No, here there is a mistake. Here it has been left that the size of buffer will be 2 bytes, so %d is required here. Okay, and again we will save it. So now compile and execute the program. Control F9. So this is the output. The buffer of size 2 bytes created, since the 10 characters we have used, so it is using 2 bytes, and we had assigned Patna to the malloc buffer through the malloc to the buffer, so it is showing Patna, and afterwards we had modified the buffer, but still the value, I mean Patna, was there. Whenever we assign another value Patliputra, then it only change. Buffer now contains Patliputra. So you saw here how a buffer memory space is allocated during runtime using malloc. If required, that memory is changed using realloc, and after completion of job we free the allocated memory using free. So this is the use of malloc, realloc and buffer. So let's take another example to show the use of calloc. Use of calloc. Hash include stdio dot h hash include conio dot h int main curly bracket. Now it is required to declare variables int I to execute the loop, n to contain the number of elements, and a pointer variable. Let's take a. Now enter a label printf number of elements to be entered. Scanf %d %n. Now assign the memory allocate the memory space and assign it to the pointer variable a. The first element's address a equal to int asterisk CLOC the number of elements, that is n, and each element will contain SIZOF, size of int. Alright. Now printable printf and enter %d numbers, enter %d numbers, and that is n. So enter n numbers. Now we will start a loop for I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Now enter a label printf enter number %d, that is I, enter number I. Now scanf %d comma ampersand AI. So this is input loop. Now we have to show the result printf entered numbers are. Entered numbers are, and again a loop for I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Printf %d comma AI semicolon. Now we should free the allocated memory FREE, the pointer, that is a get ch return 0 here. Here we may use a command to clear the screen. RCR control F9. So we have to enter the number of elements to be entered. Let's take 5. Enter 5 numbers. Enter number 1, maybe 50, maybe 24, maybe 70, maybe 100, maybe 90. So all these 5 numbers are as it is here. So there is one mistake. It is not a bug, rather it is elements. So save, control F9. Let's take 7. Here simply 12, 21, 31, 67, 89, 56, 23. So all these are the numbers. So this is the use of CLOC. So in this session we learnt how dynamically, I mean during the program execution, memory spaces are allocated to function, to stretch, to condense. So this is all about dynamic memory allocation. Okay.